Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dmac_LA. We've got the latest on Justin Turner. Will LA re-sign JT? Who will be the third baseman next year for the Dodgers? We're going to dive into that in just a second, but quick reminder, for all latest Dodgers news and rumors all off season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want to see the Dodgers re-sign Justin Turner? What kind of contract would you offer him? Who do you want to see at their base next season? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. Can you believe that Justin Turner has already spent 9 years with the Los Angeles Dodgers? After being non-tendered by the Mets after the 2013 season, the Dodgers gave him a shot, and he turned his career around in L.A. 9 years with the Dodgers, JT / 296, 375, 490 with an 865 OPS. He's hit 156 home runs. He's had 235 doubles, and he's been one of the best and most productive hitters in the game since putting on that Dodger blue. He also holds several Dodgers postseason records. He's played 86 postseason games for the Dodgers, has an 830 OPS, 13 home runs, 42 RBIs, and 85 hits. He's also come through in the clutch. His home run off of John Lackey in Game 2 of the 2017 NLCS is one of the most iconic home runs in Dodger history, and there's no question about it. JT is an iconic Dodger. He's one of the most beloved Dodgers of all time. But let's not forget, Ron Cey, he was traded to the Chicago Cubs. Steve Garvey signed a 5-year, $6.6 million deal after his age 33 season with the Padres and would go on to make multiple All-Star games with San Diego. Duke Snider, he ended his career with the Giants, and before that, he played with the New York Mets and made an All-Star team. So we have plenty of examples of iconic Dodgers finishing their careers with other teams, and with Justin Turner, he started with the Orioles, and then he went to the Mets, and then finally he found his way in L.A. So it's not inconceivable to think of him in another team's uniform. It's just something that Dodger fans might have to accept if L.A. doesn't bring him back. The big question now, though, is can the Dodgers get JT back on a restructured deal, on a lesser deal than the $16 million club option that the team declined that had a $2 million buyout attached to it? Well, there is going to be competition for JT's services. MLB insider John Heyman tweeted out, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Marlins are among about a half dozen teams in on Justin Turner. So first and foremost, let's break out that Dodgers rumor meter. And for this rumor, I'm going to give it a 3 Dodger dogs. I absolutely believe there's some serious smoke to the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, and the Dodgers, and 3 other mystery teams being interested in signing the 38-year-old veteran. Because Justin Turner, say what you want about his performance in the postseason, where he has not gotten it done over the last 2 years. He's 6 for 47 in the last 2 postseasons combined. He looked overmatched by high-velocity pitching in the NLDS. He had multiple opportunities with runners on to come through in the clutch, and he just wasn't able to get it done. And if you look at his numbers against high-velocity pitching, he is very average at best when it comes to catching up with heaters. But if you look at his production last season in 2022, he slashed 278, 350, 438, hit 13 home runs in 532 plate appearances, posted a 123 WRC plus, so that tells you that his bat was 23% better than league average. He was also worth 2.4 F4 last season, and he got off to a very slow start. I remember talking to Justin Turner during spring training, and he wasn't a big fan of the shortened spring training, of the lockout, and I definitely think that may have thrown him off his routine, because in years past, we know that as the summer months start to heat up, that's when JT starts to heat up. And he has gotten off to some slow starts, especially in the power department. And that was one of the pleasant surprises about Justin Turner during the 2021 season. When he made his second All-Star team, it was the first year of that $34 million contract. And he was hitting for power early on in the season, and he ended up matching a career high with 27 home runs. Well, that wasn't the case in 2022. You definitely saw those power numbers go down. He slugged .471 in 2021, and that number was down to .438 in 2022. But he did salvage his season. I think a lot of that we have to thank Joe Musgrove. He hit those 2 home runs off of Joe Musgrove, and then Musgrove had the audacity to say that JT wasn't a threat, and then JT would catch fire when he would have a great second half of the season. If you look at his numbers post All-Star break, JT hit .319. That was the 7th highest batting average in all of Major League Baseball. He also posted an .889 OPS, which was 15th best. So offensively, he definitely got it together. And look, offensively in the regular season, I have no doubts that Justin Turner, even at age 38, can still be an above-average productive bat. He does still have those bat-to-ball skills that play up. He is able to hit for contact, and with runners in scoring position still can come through in the clutch. Only concern I have is his inability to catch up to high-velocity pitching, especially in the postseason. Like I alluded to earlier, he struggled against the Padres. He struggled once again in October, going just 2 for 13, hitting .154. He had a golden opportunity there in Game 2 against Garcia, but just wasn't able to come through. So I think if you're the Dodgers and you look at that DH position where he played half of his games last season, well, if you're looking at a 1-year contract, let's say you can get Justin Turner back on a 1-year, $10 million deal. You include that $2 million buyout. It's like a 1-year, $12 million deal. Then I say maybe you consider it, because you do still have Clayton Kershaw in the fold. There still is a link to that generation of Dodgers that had so much success, where they won 3 NL pennants and a World Series title. And I think maybe for the Dodgers, you say, hey, we're not quite ready to completely turn the page just yet, because when it comes to his leadership and his locker room presence, you can't measure that through metrics, through analytics, through counting stats. His intrinsic value to the Dodgers is still extremely high, but maybe the Dodgers are saying, we're looking for a new voice. We're looking to shake this clubhouse up, and that's a decision that they're going to be faced with, because if they bring back Justin Turner, even if you do have this youth movement, it is very much going to be a Justin Turner, Clayton Kershaw-centric clubhouse, along with Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. Because Justin Turner, I've been in that clubhouse. I've seen it myself. He definitely has an impact on his teammates. I've said that he is the milk to the Dodgers cereal, and if you bring back JT, you're really kind of bringing back that same culture. And Dodgers president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman, he has said this offseason, my hope is when we show up in Glendale in February, he is with us in Dodger blue. We know that Justin Turner, he's expressed interest in returning to the Dodgers. We know how entrenched he is in this community when it comes to his foundation. He's from Southern California. He still is one of the most popular Dodgers. Maybe they say, hey, we want to bring him back. But the question is, what if there are multi-year offers out there for JT? And I definitely expect there are some. Look, Ginger Jesus is one of the more well-known players around the league. He just won the Roberto Clemente Award. He has that iconic red beard. He also has had a lot of success in the postseason, even though he hasn't had as much in the last couple years. But teams know that he can have a positive impact on their clubhouse. So if I'm a young team out there that's trying to change my culture, I like the idea of bringing Justin Turner in, because you get the value aside of just what he can do in the batter's box. But if I'm the Dodgers, the one concern I have is if he's looking for a multi-year deal, let's say 2 years, $22, $23 million, 2 years, $20 million with an option, something like that. Well, you're trying to bring in Shohei Ohtani after next season, and we know that Shohei Ohtani, when he's not on the mound, he is going to be your DH. And at this stage of his career, Justin Turner cannot be an everyday third baseman. There was a time during his career when he was a plus defender at the hot corner, but those days are gone. Last season, he was a -1 defensive run saved, a -2.1 ultimate zone rating, a -2 outs above average. So that's not terrible, but as he continues to age, I think you have to look at Justin Turner as a hitting specialist, as a guy that is going to get a lion's share of your reps as a designated hitter. And while I absolutely know the Dodgers will make an exception for Shohei Ohtani, and that Andrew Friedman is not going to just back up one Brinks truck, he's going to back up an entire fleet of Brinks trucks to get him to sign with the Dodgers. They'll gladly give him that DH spot, but if it's Justin Turner, do they really want to allow him to have that spot? Maybe you can take a reduced role, more of a bench role, and you still are able to maintain the flexibility for that DH position. But if you consider some teams out there and the kind of contracts they might offer Justin Turner, if you're going to give him $10 to $12 million, you're going to want to see him contribute. You're not going to just want him to take up space and ride the pine and get splinters on the bench. Maybe he does take on a Chase Utley-like role and sign a Chase Utley-like contract and give the Dodgers a team-friendly discount. That would be absolutely fine with me. But if you're going to have to go up and match prices for JT with teams out there like the Marlins and the Dbacks, then I'm saying, hey, I want some return on my investment. So I think you're going to have to give him that DH spot more than you might like to. So if they did bring back JT for a 10th season in LA, it would not be as a third baseman. Look, during last season, Max Muncy took over as your everyday third baseman there at the hot corner, and he actually graded out as above average at the position. So I'm fine with Max Muncy as my opening day third baseman. I think that is what we're going to see. I'm sure we'll see some Miguel Vargas as well. There has been some talk that maybe even Gavin Lux plays some third base depending on what they do on the shortstop market. But look, Justin Turner is a great Dodger. I would be happy to have him back on a one-year, $10 million deal, but I also would be totally fine with the Dodgers just changing directions because, look, let's be honest. Anytime you lose to the Padres in the NLDS after winning 111 games and winning just one postseason game, look, everything is questioned. You have to assess every aspect of your organization, and if the Dodgers say, hey, we're going to make a tough decision and allow Justin Turner to sign with another team, well, you just have to go that route. Then there are some trade options. A lot of you have been asking me about Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, Devers can rig, but Devers is also a guy that's heading towards a $300 million contract one day, and the Red Sox, they're going to try to bring him back. I mean, if they're not, they should absolutely trade him, but if you let Mookie walk, you let Xander Bogaerts walk, if the Red Sox don't find a way to keep Rafael Devers in Boston, they're going to riot at Fenway Park. They're going to storm Fenway if that happens. So I don't think that's a possibility as of right now. So I think you will see the youth movement. I think JT is the guy that could be back with LA. I would like to see him on a one-year, $10 million deal. Like I said, when you consider that $2 million buyout, it's like a $12 million deal. But I do think if you look at his market, if you look at his numbers, there are going to be teams out there that are going to be making multi-year offers to JT. And I would not be surprised if the Dodgers did that too. I think the Dodgers could offer him a 2-year deal, and they value his leadership so much and what he's brought to this franchise that I could see it. But I just think if you're this Dodgers team, you're ready to turn the page. You're ready for a new chapter, a new era of Dodger baseball, and you bring back JT. And well, at that point, you're kind of just getting the band back together. So when you consider that and the fact that he has struggled mightily in the postseason over the last 2 years, maybe they do go in a different direction and they don't bring back Justin Turner. And then also there's been some talk that the Dodgers have shown interest in signing free agent designated hitter JD Martinez. I'm going to dedicate an entire video to that topic, so be on the lookout for that. But if they did sign JD Martinez, that would essentially mean there's no way they'd bring back Justin Turner. I mean, as a bench role, I don't see it. I think that JT is going to sign with the team that's going to make them their primary DH, or at least let him get the majority of reps at that DH position. But let me know down below in the comment section, do you want to see the Dodgers re-sign Justin Turner? On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want to see LA bring him back? For me, I'm at a 6. I mean, I think it's not a 5, but I think there are some advantages if they can't sign anywhere else. Look, this guy can still hit and he can still produce in the regular season. He does deal with injuries still. We had the hamstring last year. This year he dealt with the abdominal strain, so you are going to have some injury issues with JT. But yeah, it'd be nice to have him back on a team-friendly contract. But let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dmac_LA. For all latest Dodgers news and rumors all off-season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.